Hey everybody, it's Tim Michael and welcome to TimMichaelArts.com and also Tim Michael Arts right here on YouTube. Thank you very much for watching my videos. Seen a humongous bunch of subscribers come in. It's been quite some time since I posted a video, so once again, thank you to all my new subscribers. I've gained a couple hundred, I think, since I last put up another video. I hope that this one will be inspiring for you guys, as I hope that same thing for all of my videos. Certainly this one's a more touchy subject for me, so I'm kind of looking forward to attempting to draw something nice in front of you guys. We will see how it will go. But first, my big news. I am married. I married a wonderful woman. Her name is Shay. I call her Shay online. Her real name is Mandy. And if you guys have been on my Facebook, followed me on my fan page, or followed me on my personal Facebook, you've probably seen pictures of the wedding and lots of other things. Thank you very much for your support. Many of you guys also watched the live stream that I posted of the actual wedding in that moment. I actually did a live feed where all of you could watch, and thank you very much for everyone who actually enjoyed the wedding and left comments, and you were all so sweet. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support. You've always been there for me. So thank you once again for another humongous step in my life. Got a couple pictures to show you before we start on the drawings and the discussion on some of the topics that I have. So I figured I'd go ahead and share a couple of these with you real quick. This is my wife, Shay, and of course myself. And I'll go ahead and scroll through a couple of these. Obviously, we were very excited for the marriage. Me more than her, apparently, because even though she seemed pretty excited, I was elated, apparently. So the wedding went off without a hitch. Everything went great. I look like an idiot. And had a great time. My family got to meet her family for the first time. This is her family, her dad and mom. And her father is a professional knife maker. He is actually one of the highest ranked knife makers, as far as I know, in every way, shape, and form. So if you're curious, you can check out his website, and I will post that in the description below. Montana Bladesmith, I believe, is the actual website. His name is Ed Caffrey, and he makes some beautiful knives. Before I left, he gave me a knife that is called Damascus. And the metal is called a Damascus metal, which is many different types of metal hammered together to make a beautiful pattern. That knife alone runs about $1,000 plus, and his stuff sells quite often. He is a very... who would have known that I would have married a celebrity for a father-in-law, and that's certainly what happened. He also built the computer that I'm using right now to do this recording. One of the most technologically built computers I have ever seen, and he built one specifically for me for Christmas, which was a very wonderful Christmas gift, as well as many, many other things. He built, because he works with metal, he built my wife and I a beautiful headboard for our bed, among many other things. They just showered my wife and I with beautiful gifts, and what a wonderful Christmas we had. And of course we got married. The day after the wedding, we went and got our hair cut. So I shaved what little hair I had, and she got a beautiful, cute little haircut that she's been enjoying. And things have been going great ever since. It's been almost a month since we got married. We will be celebrating our 1-month anniversary on the 27th, so that's obviously in a few days. And I've really enjoyed my life with her so far, obviously. It's only been a month, so long way to go, considering I intend to make it a lifelong journey to experience more of my wife. Now, let's discuss what I would like to talk about in this video. More recently, since getting back into Florida and bringing my wife home with me, I've realized something very important, and that is that I've become very realistic in a lot of my drawings. My stuff is moving from caricature to realism, and I actually do not like it at all. And the reason why I don't like it so much is because I'm a caricaturist. I like to make fun. I like to have fun. And I'm finding that my desire to sell a piece and make money and make my clients happy has become first and foremost. And the thing that you focus on the most in that first and foremost moment is getting a likeness. And the likeness must have to be exactly right. Things have to be drawn exactly right. And so the other day, I was sitting in my office here, and I was drawing a caricature, and my wife at the time was using the disc that I usually use for my art table. She's sitting right next to me and watching me draw while she's working on her stuff. And she looks over and she goes, wow, that's very realistic. And that kind of was almost a slap in the face, because that was not my intention whatsoever. I didn't want that. I wanted a caricature, for Pete's sake. That's what I sell here, you know. And she was very sweet to mention that. She does such a good job with me. I'm very, very careful and picky about caricatures and things like that. And she chooses her words very well when she has advice to give. And I usually don't accept much advice, and I really do appreciate hers. And so she said, wow, that's very pretty, very realistic. And I was kind of like, oh, you know, not what I wanted to hear because of all the work that I put into, you know, making this piece a caricature. But she was right. It was becoming far too realistic. And so I literally started over again. And I kind of removed realism out of my head, and I replaced it with the word essence. And when I took the word realistic and the word likeness out of my head, and I put the word essence in there, and I thought, I just want to get the essence of this guy's attitude. By the time I was done, it was one of the coolest caricatures I've seen in a long time. I really appreciated it. My wife looked over and she goes, oh, that's very nice. And I said, yeah, you like it? And she's like, did you erase the old one? I said, yeah. And she's like, now why'd you do that? You know, because she might like the more realistic type stuff. I'm not sure. But the truth is, her simple words, her words have so much weight on me, caused me to delete it and start over again. And it turned out cool. And the thing that I really want to do is share that same moment with you guys. My YouTube channel is kind of changing here and there. I've made a lot of promises for you guys of things that, you know, we're going to do. I still have the software giveaways that I want to do, and the company that I offer to do that for is being very patient with me. I appreciate that very much. And I have so much on my plate right now that I'm not sure when I'm going to get to them. So guys, I'm sorry for empty promises, but please be patient with me. I want to get back into the swing of making YouTube videos. Now that I've been married, it's been very difficult to find time because I want to spend time with my new wife. I have a job I have to be at and things like that. And I have so much that I want to share with you, but what I'm really appreciating in these moments that I'm making these videos more recently is I've been sharing my aha moments. That's literally what I'm calling them. The moments that you're sitting there in front of your desk or in front of your piece of paper and pencil and you're doing something, you're sketching something, and you just have an aha moment. I love those aha moments, and I think that those aha moments are important to share on areas like YouTube and Facebook and, you know, blogs and things like that. So I hope that I can share this aha moment with you. I'm just going to go ahead and start my sketch. And the basic idea with my sketch, I'm using Paint Tool Sci. I know I said I wasn't going to use user interfaces, but I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm finding, as far as I can tell, no other artists are getting in trouble for using user interfaces. And as much as I want to teach you guys, I'm willing to continue to use them until I'm told otherwise. I'm just praying that money is not involved in that. You know what I'm saying? So what I've been learning is that I've been becoming far too picky about when I draw someone. Because what I've been doing more recently is I've been taking a person's face and very carefully trying to sketch out exactly what I see. And then I try to turn it into a caricature in the end. And the issue is, because I'm putting so much effort into getting this likeness on par, I have been losing the energy to want to keep going, or it just doesn't look good enough. You know, it doesn't set that mood that I want. And so I'll work on it, and then if I'm feeling good about it, I'll start coloring it. By the time I'm done, I've almost done a cartoony type portrait, and I feel like I've lost so much of the importance of what a caricature is really supposed to be doing. It's supposed to be capturing the fun, and what I've been doing is I'm becoming much more portrait-y. And I think the real reason for that is because more recently I've been getting clients that I've been working with for longer periods of time. I had a really great client who was very patient with me, and that client, he worked with me for over 6 months to finalize 3 pieces of his pets. He's a very good client, and I appreciated working with him, but it took an awful long time, and he and I both had, you know, quite a few discussions back and forth trying to get what he was looking for, and it ended up turning out okay in the end. But it took so much work, and I feel that things like that, moments like that really do drive you into a form of chaos almost, where you're tired of drawing the same piece over and over again for long periods of time, and trying to get it right and doing revision after revision, when that's not what caricature is about. Caricature is about having fun. So I would draw stuff like this. As you can see, it's really just following along with the shape of everything. I'm putting effort into the piece to make it look exactly like the picture, because I want the client to look at the picture and go, oh yeah, definitely what I gave them. And that was me trying to hit this likeness perfectly. And likeness, as I've mentioned, feels like it's become a rule. I have to get this likeness perfect. I have to do this perfect. I have to do that perfect. I have to get it right the first time so the client's not mad. Whatever that may be. This is something that us caricaturists deal with often. And so going through all of this and putting all this effort into these pieces has gotten old and tiring and an absolute nuisance, honestly. And I feel like that I have wasted my time in these kinds of pieces because I'm not capturing what a caricature is truly about, So let me show you what I think truly putting my time into a caricature is really about. Now, I will warn you guys that I am drawing my wife. I am very picky about how I draw my wife. I'm very picky about how I draw my friends. That's why I usually don't draw them. I usually find myself very challenged when it comes to drawing my friends and my family, and my friends and my family ask me all the time, hey, can you draw us? And I get iffy, I get like, I don't know. So this is one of those things that you have to step out of, and I'm stepping out of that right now in front of you guys. So bear with me, please. I'm hoping I don't decide to delete this video, because this is an area of discomfort for me. This is an area that I'm sure every caricaturist deals with. We desire quality to such an extent that we remove the most important quality of a caricature, and that's the essence of the person, getting the fun, entertaining side. You can see that my wife has a very beautiful smile, big eyes. She has these qualities about her that show in her daily life that I love and appreciate, and these are things that I want to be seen in the drawing as much as possible. And that's what I'm going to try and capture here as much as possible in whatever little time I decide to draw this in. So the basic idea is see the picture, memorize the face, and then forget that you looked at it, basically. I know that sounds, not what this is about, but this is kind of how this rolls. So I'm just going to kind of work on what I think I see in this face, and I'm going to kind of do it as quickly as possible, because I just want to capture what I want. And I want cartoony, I want fun, I want shape, I want form, I want just quality in the fun. That's more of what I'm looking for in this moment in time. And this is hard to get to, because personally I feel like I'm releasing myself from rules and regulations. And when you drive for something, when you are striving so hard to get to a key point, to make someone happy or to make yourself happy, you work so hard that you lose the most important value of what you're doing, and that's having fun. I find that that's the biggest challenge for most artists, is you have a good time until it becomes a job that you really just want to succeed in. And, oops, sorry, I'm bumping my microphone around. Anyway, I know I'm kind of saying things over and over again, but this is an area that I struggle in every day as I draw. You go for perfection and you realize what you're truly losing in that moment. So I really haven't looked much at Mandy's picture or Shay's picture. I call her Shay online, and that's my nickname for her, so that's what I usually call her. So you might hear me jump back and forward. I apologize. Just scaling this down a little bit so I kind of have a little bit more work room. So once again, like I said, I'm still not looking at her picture. I'm just trying to remember what I've seen in the short moment that I have, and I'm just going to have some fun with it. Now, my goal is to just distort things in my fun way. I want to have fun with this. If it becomes too much of a rule, I need to stop, I need to walk away. And that's something that's been happening a lot recently, so I just really want to walk away from it in my head and just have fun. So I'm still not looking at the picture except for here and there. Very, 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 very fun little moments where I'm capturing stuff. Now I'm going to actually use one of the big things that I know when I'm doing a good job is I choose to use my style eyes that I've created. And I've created my own version of eyes that I feel just kind of suits my personality and my style of caricature. And I can use these eyes and develop them however I want, but the difference is I'm not going for this. For Mandy right now, her eye is this. And if I'm really careful and picky, then I'll start drawing this form. And I'll start trying to capture that sort of idea here. That's going too much to realistic for me. Remember, I'm just trying to capture a stupid cartoon, so I'm trying to think big. I'm trying to think what's going to capture her essence, what's going to get this picture across, so I'm just really just trying to capture the simple stuff. Just capture the simple stuff. Don't think about it, just capture the simple stuff. I keep telling myself that again and again because I'm so stuck on this. This is my new thing that I'm thriving for. I just want to have fun. Boys just want to have fun. Never mind. Anyway, I'm just looking for that essence, looking for the thing that makes Mandy Mandy, makes Shaybo Shaybo. And I see this beautiful smile that I want to capture. I see the bottom teeth showing through her smile just a little bit, so I like capturing that. I see that when she smiles, she has a larger bottom lip and a smaller top lip. And then in this moment, I want to go ahead and kind of erase the chin a little and kind of just extend it out just a little further. I like how her chin is. She's got this cute little extended chin that I find adorable. Can you tell I'm married? Just saying. So once again, I'm still just trying to capture a likeness, but I'm not doing it as a likeness. I'm trying to capture the essence of this person's personality, I want to have fun with this. I'm sick and tired of worrying about what people think of my art. And I think because I do that, I mess up my art so much more. Where here, I just want to have some fun for Pete's sake. I just want to enjoy it. I want to live in it. I want to revel in it. And I feel like when I release myself from my own rules and regulations, I find success. Just trying to take my time because she has these wonderful laugh lines, and it's kind of hard to catch, without looking too dorky. There's certain parts that will age her too much if I'm not careful. I think I'm doing okay though so far. Okay, so I've gotten this start of wifey here, and I'm seeing certain features that I'm trying to change. The neck's too big. Let's try and make things a little smaller. Females look better with much smaller necks. And just, trying to look at things and saying, okay, what's going to make this look more cartoony? I don't care about likeness. I'm going to draw what I want to draw. And I feel like I'm getting her essence across really well. And that becomes, very quickly, likeness. But I'm focusing on how to make it better just for fun, And I've released myself from that rule of perfection, and that's something that I'm so picky about. I want to get things perfect, and and here I am in a moment where I'm releasing myself to you guys. I'm showing you guys, my heart and what I deal with every day. I'm going to go ahead and dim this and start going in here with some real lines, and I'm going to pay attention to her picture over here and kind of focus on some more details as I kind of go through here. I'm also going to keep some density out of my pen right now because I do want to capture, my stroke in my art. So I'm going to keep some of it in there. And if I'm correct, I should be able to rotate in this image. Here we go. So like I said, I'm still using my style, my style eyes. I'm still looking for her shapes and stuff, still trying to capture who she is and what she does, how she touches my heart, and even how if I wasn't drawing my wife, if I was drawing a complete stranger, how do I feel this person's attitude is coming across? You know, what is the thought on their mind? You know, I do like also that when I don't push all the way down, you know, and I don't have my density set to a max, it leaves this very gentle gray tone in some of my eyelashes and things because it's showing through the white, and I kind of really like that, you know, so I'm going to keep some of that in there. It looks good in the final cut. I actually included that in my final piece that I did for my client the other day, and I think that that really looks great. She has these big open eyes in her picture over here because she's got adorable eyes, so I think that capturing this my way, without worrying about the rules, without worrying about the regs, the regulations, and the how to do this and how to do that right, and how to make my client happy, you know, if I just draw what I want to draw, you know, and I don't worry about the rules, I think that this would go so much further, and really it would sell, you know, and that obviously for us artists who do this for a living, that's very important, you know. The other thing is, you know, for us artists who are actually making a living doing this, who have gotten our names out far enough where it's important that we sell and we actually, you know, we're actually making an income with this, we're scared to, you know, cause trouble for the client. We don't want the client to be dissatisfied with our workmanship because of the work that we put into it, you know. We're trying to get a caricature out fast, but at the same time we're trying to give the client something that they'll appreciate, you know. And that in itself brings up so many challenges because we want the client to be happy, and we get lost in that. We get lost in making the client happy. And the client, remember, they purchase your work, your style, when they purchase your art. They want what you do, you know? So come up with what you like and stick with it, because I'm finding that in my attempts to make clients happy, I am losing my style in a lot of my work. And because of that, I'm feeling empty about, you know, completing pieces. And that is a big deal to me. There are artists out there who I absolutely love. Nolan Harris is a really great caricature artist. Look him up on Facebook. He does a lot of iPad type stuff, and I'm sure he's stepped away from the iPad probably now that he has, now that technology's come so much further than iPad caricatures. But, I mean, his styles and personality that show through each one of his drawings are absolutely excellent and awesome. And I aspire to draw like him, but of course with my own style. I don't want to just, you know, go, oh, I like his, I'm taking his. No, I want my own vibe, you know, my own feeling. But I love how you can see this persona in every caricature he draws that steps away from reality but still keeps the reality of the person there. I mean, you can tell it's the person, but wow, it really focuses on their features, you know, what makes them cute, what makes them gruff, what makes, you know, and it's because he's just trying to reach out past the rules, as all of us caricaturists do. And he's just reaching out for that essence, just reaching out for that thing that makes them, you know? And when I look at it like that, it just blows my mind. And I go, I can do that. I can do that. Why don't I do that? Because I'm too scared. You know, I'm too scared to not please my client. And so when I really focus on it like that, I can do it. And I sit down at my computer and I say, release yourself from everything else that you're so concerned about. Don't worry about making the client happy, because the client wants you to do what you do best. Draw how you draw. And when I go like that, I go, oh, okay, so I'm actually allowed to have my own fun, right? Yeah. You know, I'm pep talking myself. Just do it. Just have fun. For Pete's sake, Tim, just have fun. Don't get sick of this. You know, I've quit other jobs and things in my past. I used to be a website designer. I used to build websites for clients. And that used to be what, you know, Tim Michael Arts and Legacy Studio Productions, my main business, was all about. You know, and then I realized that I got tired of it because nothing that I was doing really had my style in it. I mean, sure it did. But I was really trying to appeal to the client too much. So much that I was burdening myself and wearing myself out. And that's just not what I wanted. I want to have fun and enjoy what I enjoy doing. And I figured that if I could just step away from it and get into art, I could do what I wanted, and people didn't like it, so there, But then you step into it and you realize, oh, hey, there's money in this, and so you become you become a bit more dependent and picky on, making clients happy. And when you do that, that's where you start to feel yourself tightening up just a hair, And there's no help in that whatsoever. I love this. I love how this is coming along. Like I said, just release your brand. I'm drawing my wife, for Pete's sake. This should not be looking like this. This should be looking disgusting and difficult and really mangled because I'm just not liking how it looks. But I actually really like it. That's the thing. I mean, you become so nervous that you shut yourself down. That looks so cute. I love it. I love it. I bet you she'll love it too. I'll have to show it to her once I'm done. She's studying in the other room. And if any of you guys are prayer warriors, keep her in your prayers. She's taking her nursing test tomorrow. She's starting a new job at a hospital here in Orlando. We're both very excited for her. But you have to take a test so that they know like how good you are and what they need to train you up on and stuff. And she wants to ace this thing, and I want her to ace this thing. And she has every potential to do just that, But she's nervous, and so she's putting a lot of time and study into it. So keep her in your prayers if you can. And if you guys are interested in knowing about how it went, keep an eye out on our Facebooks because we leave lots of updates. She and I have been really inspired to want to, get back into the Tim and Shay Chronicles videos on, Tim Michael Arts too. If you guys are interested in seeing more of those, please leave comments. That way I can show them to her and go, look, they want you, they miss you, Because we did a lot of stuff a long time ago and had a good time, but we're busy. We're very busy people. But I think seeing that some people would appreciate us, back doing what we did before, making YouTube videos, I think that would be a good start to inspire her to want to do that again. All right, let's put some color to this. She looks adorable, doesn't she? I'm really pleased. Let's go ahead and get some skin tones thrown in here. So let me see here. Let me turn on my little pinwheel here and go grab some skin tones. Start a little darker, throw a bit more pink into it. There we go. Okay, throw this on 100%. Thank you very much for your patience, everybody, while I've been, first off, just continually talking about things that make me nervous about art in this video, and then secondly, just being patient with me while I get married and get moving. And I've made a lot of promises for you guys, and I find myself challenged in living up to these promises sometimes. So thank you very much for supporting me, liking my videos, favoriting my videos, supporting me as friends. You guys really are my friends, and letting me feel like helping me feel like I don't owe you guys. I do owe you guys. I owe you guys a ton. You guys are touching my heart with all of your wonderful comments and how much the videos are helping you. I mean, a lot of videos have been going out and people seem to really appreciate them. And the thing I love is that when these videos go up, they help people online even when I can't be there to answer questions and things like that, even when I'm away getting married or I'm working or who knows what I'm doing, And so I really appreciate that these videos can be here to support you guys, just as you continue to support me. So thank you very much for everything that you guys have done. Let's get some red in here for the hair. She had kind of a brownish red hair when we got married, so we'll kind of do that. There we go. But you guys can see what I'm saying, right? I mean, if I really put so much effort into getting a likeness, I lose what could be so much fun. This is adorable. I think that this shows my wife with all of her stars. She has such an excellent and open personality when she's able to take it easy. When she's focused on stuff, she closes down a little bit. But when she's free as a bird and excited and happy, she loosens up completely and has a wonderful time. And she puts on this personality that just gleams that she's having a good time. I love that about her. And I can see that in the wedding picture, and I can see that here in this, and so I feel like I've just really captured it. Even though I have to say I probably only looked at the reference picture maybe about no more than 15 or 20 times, and no more than maybe 12 to 15 seconds at a time at most. I really, it was a quick glimpse, like, okay, nose, okay, done. Draw what I see, you know? And, I mean, I didn't draw it just like her. I'm not trying to be just like her. I'm just trying to capture her, you know? The all of her, not the half of her, just the all of it. You know, let's get everything. And if I really need to adjust things, if I'm finding that maybe the likeness is not quite on, that's where I can go back to my lines and say, okay, this eye here. All right, let me make sure that I'm capturing all the eyelashes and hopefully not getting too much of the outline. I can say that eye there just needs to move over just a touch, just like that, you know, or whatever. And I can make some slight modifications to make it maybe look a little bit more like her, but I don't need to do all that much, you know. And it's an easy thing for me to adjust after the fact. If I'm really picky about the likeness, you know, then I can start to worry about it. But for right now, I can just enjoy this. I can be free. Free as the wind flows. I am so sorry, guys. I admit I get dorky when I get excited about pieces. I really have a good time. And it's so nice to talk to you guys again and be able to share with you, you know, some of my aha moments. I really hope that this helps you guys, because this helps me. And I'm drawing the most important person in my life right now, and I am drawing her well in front of you guys. I feel I am. You guys might not completely agree with me. You might feel the likeness is off. And like I said, the likeness is not exactly the most important thing in a caricature. You know, we're trying to do these fast. I'm doing this in real time for you guys. I've drawn this in 30 minutes. That's a big, big, big deal, you know? And that, your goal is to draw something fast to make the client happy and at the same time make enough money to do it. My caricature for my client, that I did on Saturday, the one that really just inspired this whole conversation on this video. Really, I had it done within 2 hours. I want to say 2 hours. And that's really good. And the reason why that's really good is I only charged the client about $40. Everything's on discount on my website right now. And so the client got a really good piece that I was very proud of. And it's hard for an artist to be proud of what they do, you know. So I was very, very proud of what I did, and it was done within 2 hours, you know. And that to me was the most exciting part. I feel like I really did excel. Don't you love that? Doesn't it look cool? Yeah, it's kind of one of those, oh, that looks great kind of moments. So sorry guys, I'm excited. Deal with it. I get to show this to my wife, and she'll love it. So for all I know, it's going to end up on the fridge or in a frame or who knows what. She'll want it printed or something. Anyway, I really, you know, we want to give our clients pieces that they deserve. You know, they've put their trust in us to give them something that they want, you know, with our style, with our personality. So to tighten up and to lose our personality in our art, that messes up exactly what they're asking for. Please just give us what we asked for. We want you, you know, we want your style and your personality in the art. We don't want you to be scared of your own style, you know, that it's not going to be good enough for us. You sell yourself, you know, don't be me. Don't try to make the client so happy that you lose what you could be truly thrilled and enjoying, like I am right now. I am having a ball. My wife has got these beautiful blue eyes, so I'm just going to go ahead and throw these in here just like that. And starting to have some very nice looking style so far. Okay. Let's see. Throw a little bit more skin tone. Here we go. Excuse me while I tilt the camera here. There we go. I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I am. Please hit the like button. And if I have earned your subscription, if you've enjoyed this, please subscribe. I love seeing new subscribers. I appreciate you guys so much. I admit I like the new system that Google has out right now, so I can see everyone who shares my video. Thank you very much, and thank you for your comments when you share them. I really appreciate that. I think that's awesome. You guys have really shown me that you're there for me even when I can't be around, and I love seeing what you guys have to say, and all your great comments, and you guys just light up my life even when I can't be close by to prove that to you guys, you know, to say, hey, I see that, and I really appreciate that, and I love what you guys do. If anyone needs a booster, you know, that's where you start making YouTube videos and throwing them up and hoping and praying that people will appreciate them, and next thing you know, boom, you get loaded down with all this, you know, wonderful compliments and comments and things like that. And that to me is just the coolest thing. So thank you guys. Thank you very much. I see gums, and I enjoy drawing gums, so I'm going to go ahead and toss in some gums here. And I think I'm just going to do it with the color and not with the pen. So let me just go ahead and just get the color I want. And very carefully now, choose my center point. And just kind of draw in some little triangle gums. Kind of adds a lot of cute little effect to the face in the end. There we go. Just kind of like that. That looks awesome. That's cool. Okay. Let's see. I need to get some shadow and highlight going on here now. This is kind of a mid-tone, so I'm just going to go ahead and grab from the darker section now. And I like using my watercolor brush for some of this. That way it just makes it easier to kind of spread it. So let me just go ahead and tuck some of this in here. And I can reform things and reshape them if I need to, and I have a feeling I'll definitely need to, but it's a good start. So let's see, I think I need to bring up my persistence so that way it kind of holds a little bit more before I blend it out. There we go, and then I can blend it out as I see fit. Paint Tool Sci is a really great program. It's kind of hard to get your hands on it, especially if you want to get your hands on it legally. But if you find an interest in having a program that really kind of makes it quick to do caricatures, I feel like this program really does a really good job in kind of putting the controls at you that you really need if you want to put out a quick caricature, where Photoshop can do that as well, but my personal preference, even though I love working in Photoshop, I get really great lines out of Paint Tool Sci. I get really decent colors and things. Just I get better vibes out of it. Now, I might take the ink lines and take them into Photoshop sometimes and touch them up, you know, where I can do better colors in Photoshop than maybe I can do in Paint Tool Sci, but I admit Sci has usually been a winner for me, so just for you guys to know. And I mean, obviously I've been working with a lot of other programs, working with a bunch of programmers too. I mean, where I've been, you know, having little chats here and there with the company Mischief, you know, and talking with them about their software. Something that's really bugged me is the tablet drivers still haven't worked for me sometimes. Now, I haven't tested out their newest software, so I'm hoping that they've stepped that up a little bit and I can take a look at that. But that's one of the reasons why I'm having a hard time doing the contest, because I really want to get you guys something good, and I admit it becomes a bit of an excuse and makes me not want to do it until they fix that, you know, which it probably already is fixed and I'm just delaying at this point, but you guys know what I mean. And thank you for your patience while I am a lazy bum and don't do anything about it just yet. Okay, she's taking on some life. Looks adorable. Alright, now my favorite part. Let's put in some highlights. I love adding highlights because that just lightens up everything and makes just everything pop. So let's start doing my favorite part. And I do a pretty saturated highlight quite often because I really like to capture that. And if you guys have seen my color theory video. Thank you very much for all your comments. That was, I think, the most recent video that I've put up since this one. I really love how you guys have commented on that. I really love just going in with a high saturation point. Obviously not into the white point like I've talked about in that video, but the high saturation point where it just instantly shows, and then I can blend out to my midtones. For me, that's the fun part. And you guys know that even though I've been drawing in the industry for years, I'm still learning stupid new stuff that for many artists is kind of like a no-brainer, but for me it's just opening up my eyes to all new fun stuff, you know, just inspiring me to learn even more new techniques and stuff, and, you know, more aha moments. I love the aha moments, and I hope that you guys had an aha moment. Please hit the like button if you have. And this is not something that's going to hit you like a brick wall, I don't think, as much as something like color theory will or whatever, but certainly one thing is for sure, this is the thing that I needed to release me from my chains and from my prison of making clients happy, because I wasn't making them happy because I wasn't giving them what I was offering, you know. And what I was offering was my style, and that's not what I was giving them because I was so desperate to give them, you know, something they would appreciate, which obviously was my work, you know. So anyway, thank you for listening to me blab. I hope that you're enjoying this. I'm almost done. We're at 40 minutes, so I hope that this long video is not too long for you guys, and that you had a kick out of it, because I sure did. And in any case, this is going to be a cute little gift for my wife. And she's going to have many more of these to go, so I'm going to be drawing tons of these over. Anyway, thank you very much, guys. It's been a wonderful time with you, a very cool wedding, and just thank you for all your support and your love and your appreciation. I certainly appreciate you guys. You guys are kings in my book, and I hope that this will be useful to you guys. So let me see if I can get in some gray here. My preference would be not to go gray. Usually, let's do this. Let's do wedding dresses are more like this. So let's see if I can throw this in here. And I'm having a little bit of problem because I have nothing to mix it against. So I'll toss some white in here just so I can mix it against it and get that white texture tone. There we go. Okay, I'm just gonna try and get the same kind of effect in the earrings. She didn't wear fluffy earrings or anything like that. I thought I'd throw that in there just cause. Okay, just clean up a couple little things now, and maybe put some highlight on her arm here, because that's kind of sticking out. Oh my goodness, hair. I need to work on her hair. This program does a good job simulating hair if you use the watercolor brush. And you can do the exact same effect real easy in Photoshop too. I like how the formulas are put through the brush, you know, the algorithms that these programs use to create these you know, intricate lines and things like that. I mean, I feel that this program was designed very well with inking and coloring, inking in mind specifically, because you can even adjust your line qualities. So if you're a shaky-handed artist, you can actually tighten it up with their settings, which I think is pretty cool. You got to learn how to be. I mean, it's not going to fix your shaky hand, but it's certainly going to it's going to compensate for you better than other programs would, you know, where Photoshop reads every single flaw that you create and you have to edit out of it, where this one kind of works with your flaws and kind of helps you bend the rules a little bit. Just doing this quick because we're at 44 minutes, 45 minutes, give or take. And this was more on essence, not so much on hair design, which I admit is not my greatest skill at this point, but it's a work in progress. She was such a cute bride. I'm sorry, guys. I'm having fun. All right, let's see here. Of course, we gotta save it. I'm gonna save it as wifey. I do trust this computer because obviously I just did this whole drawing without saving once. Very unwise, guys. Don't take my advice on that, you know. Make sure that you save often. My first YouTube video of 2014. Thank you very much, everybody. There we go. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. Let me blow it up full screen here for you so you can kind of get a better view. And thank you very much. I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I did. This has been a lot of fun for me. And make sure you hit the like button if you enjoyed this too. If it's inspired you or given you some good ideas. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I will do my best to answer them. As you know, I'm very busy, and so answering those comments has been quite a challenge in the past, and I'm sure will continue to be quite a challenge. But be patient with me. And if you can't get a hold of me there, drop me an email or there's many ways to get in contact with me. So make sure you follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, and all those. Just look up Tim Michael Arts on anything. I'm probably there. If I'm not there, then check somewhere else. You'll definitely find me on Facebook. Definitely find me on Tumblr, on drawtoomuch.com, which is my Tumblr blog. You'll find me on Instagram. You'll find me just about anywhere. So thank you very much, guys. I hope that this has been your aha moment. And make sure that you hit the like button. And I'm saying this all over again. So I was going to get out of here, guys. Thank you very much for joining me on Tim Michael Arts right here on YouTube and timmichaelarts.com, where you can purchase your caricature, where I will practice on your essence and not on your likeness. And I hope that that inspires you instead of scares you away. So, all right, I love you guys. God bless you richly. See you next time right here on Tim Michael Arts 2. Peace out. I just said Tim Michael Arts 2. I meant Tim Michael Arts. Who cares? I'm not starting this whole video over. Tim Michael Arts. Go check out Tim Michael Arts 2 and make sure you leave a comment there if you want to see more of Shay and I on our Tim Michael Arts 2, the Tim and Shay Chronicles, where you can see more of the behind the scenes of us. Thanks, guys. See ya.